How many of you have seen something like this before? This guy believes that you can make up to 500 million naira every single year from pig farming. He started his pig farm with only 200,000 naira, and today he has over 1,000 pigs and they are worth over 100 million naira.
Hi, my name is Dr. Bakaida. In 2016, I started this pig farm with about 270,000 naira. Today we make over 30 million naira every month from this pig farm.
How can you say somebody will make 500 million naira every single year from selling pigs? All my life I've thought that if you want to make that amount of money, you have to go into oil and gas. And here you are telling me that you can make up to 500 million naira every single year from pig farming.
Yes, you can make more than 500 million, more than that every single year, because there is no food in Nigeria and pork meat is used for a lot of things. They are used in confectionery production like biscuit. They are used in making of snacks like gala and other stuffs. So big company alone can purchase pigs worth more than 1 billion naira in a year, and household also make use of pork meat. So pig meat is very, very lucrative today. You can make much more than that depending on how much you invest in the business.
You started your pig farming with only 200,000 and today you claim you make up to 30 million naira every month.
Yes, in 2016 I ventured into pig farming with about 9 pigs, which I bought about 200 and something, around 270,000. That I didn't have a structure where I'm going to keep the pigs, so I kept them in an uncompleted building. That's how I continue to nurture them until they become what they are today. I have more than 1,000 pigs in my farm, worth over 100 million, and by God's grace, we make minimum of 30 million naira every month from the same pig farming. If you go to Ibadan, there is a pig market there. Every day they load more than 2 to 3 trailers of pigs, and those 2 to 3 trailers of pigs, they are worth more than 200 million every single day. And yet the market for the pig are not satisfied. There are a lot of demand for pork meat, but there are not enough farmers to provide those pig farming. So if you invest enough money in pig farming with accurate management, you can make over 1 billion naira. China consume more than $1 billion worth of pigs every single day because that's their major meat. So even in Nigeria, in Africa, a lot of people in Nigeria, they are consuming pork meat, but the pork meats are not enough to satisfy the customers. So there is no amount of money you cannot make from pig farm, just like oil and any other type of business you can ever think about.
I'm confused though. In Nigeria, people do not really consume pork meat compared to China, and yet you are saying that there's high demand of pork meat. What exactly do they use this pork meat for?
There are a lot of things they use pork meat to do in Nigeria. They use it for production of confectionaries, like a lot of snacks in Nigeria, like gala and other stuffs. They use it in production of those snacks like gala. And a lot of hotels are also buying pork meat. A lot of bar are also buying pork meat. In fact, even household too are in demand of pork meat. So it's in a high demand.
You think pork meat is better than other kinds of meat?
Yeah, it's far better than a lot of other kind of meat, especially if you are talking about cow and other red meats. People prefer it to red meat because white meat is far better than red meat. Even Oyibo people, they consume more of white meat than red meat.
You seem to know a lot about pig farming. If someone is interested to start their own pig farm, how would you advise them? Are you willing to train people, and how much do you think they need to start the farm business?
Okay, previously I've trained a lot of people. In fact, most of the farms around here, they started their pig farming from my own farm. I lecture them on how they're going to do it because the market is very, very large. One person cannot satisfy the demand for pork meat. So if somebody wants to get trained up on this pig farming, we are willing and eager to train the person. I have managers. Even if I will not train the person directly, I have managers that is their work to train these people for pig farming. And if you don't have accommodation, we can also give you an accommodation where you can keep your pig temporarily until when you have money to buy your own land and start raising your own farm. So I advise Nigerian youth, it's not only by illegal stuff that you can make money. There are a lot of legitimate things you can do, and pig farming is one of those things you can do legitimately and make your money. Like I said earlier, pig multiplied fastly with high rate. You can just have 2 pigs within a year. You are sure to have 20 pigs.
So how does that work?
Okay, for example, now a female pig can give birth to at least 5 piglets, and sometimes I have pigs here in my farm that gives birth to up to 15 pigs. Okay, imagine 2 pigs giving birth twice. 15 is 30, and their second birth cycle they can give 15. That is 2 pigs can give 60 pigs in a year, or even more than that. So pig farming is the one that grows faster. It grows faster than the owner. If you are not fast enough, they will outgrow your farm.
Wow, this is really interesting. So how much can somebody start with?
You can start with any amount of money you want. Some people start with millions. Some people start with hundreds of thousands, depending on your budget. There is now, even if you can start with even 100,000, depending on what you want and what your aim and what you want to achieve.
How does someone start with 100,000?
Okay, if you want to start with 100, I assume you have a backyard, empty backyard. Just get like 2 pigs, or you can get like 3. Two female and 1 male. Keep them in your backyard. Ensure that you can use bamboo or use wood or manage and build block wall. Just leave them there, feed them, and they start growing.
Wow, this is really interesting. So for those interested to learn from you, how do they reach out to you?
Okay, currently I can't drop my business, my WhatsApp line, because this number, and I have my herbal doctor and a lot of people are chatting me up, so I have so many messages there. I will not be able to drop my number, but later I'll give you the number so you can add the number. They can chat me through a new WhatsApp. I want to separate the pig farming business from my herbal business.
Wow, this is really interesting. Something you say that I must remind people again is that if you're interested to start pig farming, but you don't have your own space, you don't have a land, because according to him, he said that pig multiplies really, really fast. So you may start with 2 today, and in the next 4 months, they are even up to 30 or 30 pigs. Where will you now keep them? That becomes a challenge. So he has space and is willing to rent this space to people who are willing to invest in pig farming. So if you are willing to invest in pig farming, you can rent some space, and he has staff who's going to feed the pigs, right? And also take care of the pigs. You also charge for that.
Yeah, sure.
And at the end of the month, when you are ready to sell your pig, are you going to connect them with buyers, or they'll bring their own buyers?
No, if they want to sell their pig, just a phone call. We'll call the buyers. They will come. They are looking for the market. So any phone call, the next day they are here.
How much have you sold today?
Okay, just this month we sold 8 pigs. And each of the pigs, we sold them about 250,000, 2 million naira for just 8 pigs.
Are you serious? This is just 1 o'clock and you've sold 2 million naira already?
Yeah, they came to carry the pig as early as 5 a.m.
250,000 for 1 pig and you sold 8?
Yes, 8 pigs for 2 million naira.
Wow, this is really, really interesting. So I really don't know if there's something you'd like to say, maybe a question I'm not asking.
I don't think you have answered the question.
Brothers and sisters, if you are watching this video, I want you to challenge your mind 2024. Last year you were broke. Don't let this year to be the same thing. My brother has just told you that you can start your pig farming with less than 100,000 naira and you can grow it into a successful business. You really don't have to scam anybody to make money. Some of you are doubting if you ever succeed in life. I understand life is difficult. You are really worried about your future. With the way things are for you, you don't even know if you still succeed in life again. Brothers and sisters, I challenge you today to try something new. That money you want to use to buy some clothes, that money you want to use to do something else, you can start a pig farm in your backyard. Some of you even have space. You can start it in a village. You can rent a land. It is possible for you to lease a land. You can lease for 2 years. Like he said, you don't have to build a solid structure. You can actually get bamboo, create something thatched. And he said something about pig feeding. He has done a lot of other farming businesses, like what and what?
I have done poultry, I have done snail, I have done catfish.
And you believe that pig farming is the best?
Is the best.
Why do you say so?
The reason is that if you don't feed your chicken, or if you have poultry farm, you don't feed them well, you have a great loss.
They'll die. They'll perish.
Some will die, and if the hunger comes too much, they will not recover. Their weight will never recover again.
Wow. So pig farming is the best from your experience?
Pig farming is the best.
So even if you don't have food for them, they'll be able to survive for some days?
They will be able to survive for some days by giving them water and also gathering some herbs. There are a lot of edible herbs around. You can feed them until you get feed for them.
Wow, really interesting. Okay, let's say bye to the viewers. Thank you so much for... Okay, you want to say something?
Okay. Another one thing I want to say is that some of us here, the major problem we have is that we want to get 100 million, 50 million, 20 million before we can start a business. All the business I've done previously, I never started with big capitals. What you need just to do is to start. If you don't start, you won't get there. So no matter how your pocket is, you can start something. And when you start something, the only thing that matters a lot is your vision, not where you are currently. Where you are currently might be very, very poor, but you don't care about where you are currently. What your concern should be where you are going to in future. Maybe like when I started this pig farm, I started with about 9 pigs. That was the truth. But when I was doing this pig farm, my aim was that I want to grow up to 1,000 pigs. That's why at a point in time we started building structure upon structure, so that we can get to that vision I had earlier. But today my vision has surpassed having 1,000 pigs in my farm. That's why we have acquired more than 15 acres of land where we are expanding this pig farm. So now our new target is to raise up to 10,000 pigs there. So you can start small with discipline and dedication, and God by your side, you achieve your aim and your vision. God bless you.
Kai, I'm touched. Oh, my brother, can I just give you a hug? Like, this guy just inspired me right now. I felt like he was talking to me directly. Some of us are not convinced that you can start business with actually very, very little capital.
Wow, this is so beautiful. Like, I don't even know somebody can make so much money from this kind of business. I'm bringing this video for some of you. You have little money that you're supposed to use it for business. You will use it for something else. You use it to buy iPhone. Look at how much money this guy is making. Yeah? Hey, now wow, that's a lot. Anyways, it's just to encourage you guys. If you're looking for a small business, you can start with any amount. Believe me, put effort, be consistent, and you might grow from there. Almost see phones. Now big boy, you. Well, I'm happy for him. I love you guys. I'm America. I will see you in the next one. Enjoy your day. Bye for now. Bye.